All right, there's a chance for the Honey Badger, Cali Buck says. Scott says no chance, right, Scott?
I don't think so. Now, just to be clear, could he help the Buccaneers? Could Tyrann Mathieu help the Buccaneers? Of course he could. He's a versatile defensive back who's probably a better strong safety fit than Logan Ryan is. And he can also play in the slot. If you go back and look at exactly where Tyrann Mathieu played last year in Kansas City, he had 438 snaps in the box, 206 as a slot corner, 280 as a free safety. That's important because Todd Bowles likes to rotate those safeties. And sometimes you'll see Antoine Winfield down in the box, Jordan Whitehead playing free, and then you would also see the opposite of that. So that's one of the ways the Buccaneers like to disguise is with versatility. Tyrann Mathieu certainly could fit that. He also has played in Todd Bowles' system out there in Arizona. The Bucs, or I should say the Cardinals, drafted him. Jason Light was the guy doing the point work on all of the background check for Tyrann Mathieu. And people may not know this. I think pretty much a lot of people do by now. But Todd Bowles is Tyrann Mathieu's father-in-law. His stepdaughter married Tyrann Mathieu. So there's a family connection there, which makes things interesting. But, John, where I don't really see the fit is financially. I mean, you look at the last contract that Mathieu signed, and he's 30 years old right now, but that he signed in Kansas City. I mean, he had a cap value of $19.7 million, and that came with a $14.55 million base salary last year, as Tyrann, or I should say, as Todd Bowles said in his address to the local media after his press conference. We asked him about Tyrann Mathieu. Actually, J.C. Allen from Pewter Report did. And he laughed and said, we can't even afford Ndamukong Suh right now. We're probably don't have enough for Tyrann Mathieu or something to that effect. But he was kind of putting the priority and the emphasis on getting Suh back in the fold first.
Yeah. It was interesting because then Bowles went on the radio on Friday and he basically was like with Ronnie and T-Crass and our boys in the morning. And he was like, oh, yeah, we're not ruling out any options. Like, he's a great player that could definitely help us. It's like, that's a totally different tone. I mean, we know, you know, but for fans, it's like, oh, this sounds hopeful, you know, that's, you know, he could easily dismiss it and didn't. So, I mean, that's why the fire stays up. But yeah, you and I have just kind of never really thought this was a process. The signing of Logan Ryan probably made it even less of a priority. So yeah, it just seemed very unusual the whole way that wasn't going to happen. And Mathieu has had reported interest, like calls or visits or Zooms or whatever it is. I don't know the extent of it, but actual concerted effort and interest from about 10 different teams that have been reported.
Right.
The Bucs have not been one of those teams. So it would be a very surprising thing. And again, if they hadn't made a move, maybe they do pop off there last minute once they clear some money and if something changes. But right now, I think their priorities are elsewhere. No reason to think Cali Bucs still take a family discount at this point in his career.
That'd have to be a steep family discount. I mean,
he's not even 30. He's not even 30 yet. So
he'll be 30 later this year. Correct. Yeah.
Right. So he's not ready for that portion.